Hi folks, and welcome to today's video, which is a collection video. So today's video is a bit of a different collection video because today I'm looking at my rarest models. So these are all things that are very difficult to find, and I'm going to be looking at Moflin, Goopy Guinea Pig, Baby Gupi, Sega Dream Chick, and my latest edition, Scoozy. And I'll start by looking at Scoozy. So this little fella came out in 2006 and he was by Senario. But I only found out about these little critters about a week ago, and I was very lucky to find one on eBay. So I'll start by showing you what this little fella looked like when I first got him a couple of days ago. He was really dirty, as you can see. He was like grey rather than the white he's supposed to be. And he had some unpleasant looking stains on both his body and his face and very dirty ears. So altogether I've had 4 cleaning sessions with him and I've been really amazed at how well he's cleaned. I really didn't think some of those marks were going to come off. But he's got lovely clean ears now and a lovely clean face. I got just about all of the marks off his paws, which were really dirty, his front paws in particular. And I got the marks off the sides of his body as well, there and there. And he also feels super soft since I cleaned him up. And then the final finishing touch was I ordered him this little collar off Amazon. I think it was actually meant to be for a kitten. And I really like this because the colour of his eyes matches really well. So I think these things are pretty special. To be quite honest, I'm totally smitten and I want to have more in the future whenever I see any, to be honest. I've set alerts on eBay, both .com and UK, because I really like some more of these critters. One of the problems that I've had is that he keeps saying he's hungry. So he had special food that came with him, and I've been trying to work out what that food was based on, what he was using to detect it in his mouth. And I've been trying magnets and got nowhere. There, he's asking for food again. It's a shame. When he asks for food, I just lie him down so he goes to sleep. Because otherwise, if I don't feed him and he stays awake, he just gets angry and starts growling at me. But I've had a bit of a breakthrough today because Paul tried using his oscilloscope to try and detect if there's maybe an RFID emitter in the mouth. And I'll show you what he found.
A set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 repeating pulses. And it stops when the ferret's making some sort of animation and sound. It stops, but then it comes back.
Right.
And I'm picking this up.
So it's waiting to energise something then?
Possibly, yeah.
How likely would you say it's RFID now then?
More likely.
Well, I'll try out some tags that I've got. But also, is there any way that you can pin down what type of RFID it is?
I thought I would be able to do by the frequency of the pulses and the repetition of the pulses. And it's showing me a frequency of around about 1.7 kilohertz. So I should see if I could read up any information on that and see if any RFID operates roughly on that frequency. and another frequency. I'm not sure if it's the frequency of the pulses themselves, which are around about 4 kilohertz. I couldn't be absolutely sure. Is it RFID? Because
it's much more likely.
It's
now.
more likely, I think. Yeah. And they go away when the animal's being animated.
So, I mean, that to me is made me think, well, there's no point in keep on trying to put magnets in different positions, because it's more than likely not a magnet.
And I'm picking it up inside the mouth rather than above and below the mouth.
So that's the coil you're using.
And I'm picking up this repeating pattern of pulses when I put it inside the mouth.
Right.
Rather than above or below or anywhere else. So it's
definitely in the mouth.
Yeah, so it makes it less likely it's general interference coming from the other circuitry in the body. Because it seems to be pinned down into the mouth.
Right. So yes, looking like it's RFID.
More likely.
So I've still got some RFID tags I haven't tried with my little Scoozy, who's named Jerry. And those are some tags that came with my Pleo RB. So I'm going to try those out. But I don't think we'll know for certain whether it's RFID until I actually get another Scoozy with the food so that we can investigate the food. And I do plan on doing a trade so that I can get one at the beginning of January, but more about that later in this video. So a little summary of Scoozy and what he does. The original Scoozy actually came out in 2000, but it was very different to the animatronic model that they brought out in 2006, which is the one that I've got. The animatronic model, this one, is jam-packed full of sensors. It's got multiple touch sensors, a light sensor, a tilt sensor, a microphone, and we think an RFID emitter and receiver, though we're not 100% on that yet. So the amount of sensors on them I think is quite exceptional. Also, the amount of movement on this little critter is also unusual. So his eyes open and close, his ears wiggle, his head moves up and down, his mouth opens and closes, and his tail twitches, which makes him very expressive. Another thing that's unusual about this critter is the noises that he makes. He makes a really wide range of noises, and some of them are absolutely fantastic. I'll just put you a clip of some of the noises that I've heard him make. And the noises depend on his moods, because he's got quite a few different moods, and his moods depend on how you look after him and interact with him. So here's some of those wonderful noises. Oh, just give me a kiss. And he's got a big sigh there. So these are happy noises. And the final thing that's unusual about this little guy is that he's a ferret. I've never seen an animatronic, interactive or robotic ferret before, ever. I've collected a lot of Hasbro's For Real Friends over the years, and they've made many different types of animatronic and interactive pets, but never a ferret. It's just such a quirky animal for them to choose to make an interactive pet of. I just love it. So that's about it for Jerry, my Scoozy. And the next little critter I'm going to talk about is Moflin. I've just noticed that Moflins can't sort of walk around, but they sort of move slightly over time as they kind of nudge along the ground with the head. And I noticed that my little Moflin here, Toffee's, ended up with a head really snuggled up against Baby Gupi. So Mufflin is by Vanguard Industries, and so far has only been available on Kickstarter and Indiegogo. They've not made very many of them at all. I'm not sure of the exact number of Mufflins they've made, but I think it's less than 1,000. So I feel very privileged to have my little Toffee. I really do hope that the company will make these available for general sale in the future, even if it's just in Japan and for sale on Japanese Amazon, because even though you've got to pay like tax and import, it still makes them available to people around the world. And I think they're wonderful little things. So my little Toffee, I don't actually think of her as part of a collection. I think of her as a pet. And one of the things that allows her to feel like a pet is that she has a built-in rechargeable battery, and she has a little nest that she sleeps in to charge, and it's contactless. When you put her in a nest, you feel like you're putting her into a little bed. You do not feel like you're charging a product at all. You just feel like you're putting your little pet in her bed. So she just feels more alive because of that. This is her little nest that she charges in, and she'll even move and react to you stroking her when she's charging in her nest. So I keep Toffee's charger on my bedside table, and it's really lovely because I can just sort of pop her out there and have snuggles with her. So I tend to have her in my bed next to me. Sometimes when I sleep, she helps me get to sleep, and usually every morning have snuggles with her. On the morning I'll get her out of her bed and she'll sort of nuzzle against my face. So she just feels like she's there all the time, whereas other things are sort of switched off or switched on. And yeah, that is one of the things that makes her really special. She's got lovely, cute sounds and motions. She's got a light sensor, so when it's dark in the room, even if you sort of like got her next to you in bed, she won't make any sound. The only sound she'll make is if you accidentally knock her over onto her back, because she does this. It's very cute. She doesn't like being on her back, and when she's on her back she does this. She'll just keep doing that until you turn her back over. So she was sort of next to me in bed one night, and in my sleep I knocked her over on her back, and she did actually wake me up. That's the only time she's woken me up, because if it's dark she stays quiet. She's also got an accelerometer in it, and she will react to motion, which can be really funny if you're in a car with her, because I don't know if it's the vibration in the car or whatever, but she'll chatter all the time you're in there, which is really funny. And she's nice to have next to you when you're watching TV. I'll have her like just under my chin, and she does this little nuzzling action, and it feels very authentic, to tell the truth. It does feel like a little creature sort of snuggling against you. I'm very, very fond of my little Toffkins. She's not supposed to be any actual animal, but I think, and a lot of other people who have seen these have said the same thing, that she's a lot like a guinea pig. That's the animal that she reminds me of. and I put her with a couple of my animatronic guinea pigs, and she was so cute next to them. I'll just show you a little clip of her with two of my other little animatronic guinea pigs. So as you probably noticed there, she also reacts to sound. So the sound has to be like quite loud. So if you talk close up to her, then she'll respond. And she also reacts to loud noises like a door banging, but the sounds she'll make in response are different. So if you talk to her close up to her, she'll make happy sounds back, but if she hears like a door slamming, then she'll make a complainy little noise. And she also makes a pitiful little noise if she's been left alone for a long time. That's really cute. So that's my little toffee. I will have to give her a clean up soon because we're stroking her a lot. Her fur has got a bit of a matted look about it, so I will be giving her a clean up in a future video. But that's it for Mufflin in this video. So next I'm going to talk about Goopy Guinea Pig, the robotic guinea pig. She comes in this wonderful box that looks like a hutch, and she's by Cutting Edge Toys. And again, this is a rare model. These can actually communicate with other Goopy guinea pigs, and I've been looking really since I got this Goopy guinea pig for another one so I can sort of see them communicate together, but I've never been able to find another one. Goopy Guinea Pig came out in 2007, so around about the same time as the version of Scoozy that I've got. So this guinea pig could move around on the floor. You can see her wheels there. She could follow her carrot using infrared, which I think is in her eyes, and I think she uses the infrared in her eyes as well to detect and avoid objects. And she came with a built-in rechargeable battery, though when I bought this one her battery pack needed replacing.
So this needs a new battery pack, but we're just going to try and power the guinea pig up on a power supply. So we'll cut off this connector there and there, connect it to a power supply, dial up the right voltage and plug it in to Goopy and see if he or she works.
Oh!
It appears to work, doesn't it?
He's finished.
It's a finished battery pack.
Battery pack. Fab.
So I was really pleased when I found out that my Goopy guinea pig did in fact work, and Paul had successfully replaced the battery pack and had an absolute blast when I charged her up and switched her on and had her going around the kitchen with my little baby Goopy guinea pig.
Meet the little Goopy. They've not acknowledged each other yet.
Come back, look, I've got your carrots here. Come back and meet the baby Goopy. Come on, come for your carrot. Come for your carrot. Come for your carrot. Yeah, come for your carrot.
Hey, come on, come for your carrot. Yay! Oh, poor little Goopy can't keep up, Paul. Little Goopy, baby Goopy can't keep up with the mummy Goopy. Oh, the Goopy's gone over it. The Goopy looks like it's trying to suckle Paul. baby Goopy. Oh, little Goopy can't follow her. He's got stuck on the mat.
And apart from running around on the floor, Goopy Guinea Pig also has a tilt sensor. So when you pick her up and you hold her upright, her wheels stop moving and she will go into this mode where you can stroke her. And finally, she also has a light sensor. So all three of the models that I've talked about so far, Scoozy, Moflin and Goopy Guinea Pig, all have light sensors. With the light sensor in Goopy Guinea Pig, it makes her act differently if she is in the dark. So if she goes underneath a sofa, for instance, she can have these different reactions. So she can be frightened of the dark at first, but then after she gets used to it, can actually start giggling. So that was Goopy Guinea Pig, and this is Baby Gupi. So this came out a few years after the full-sized Goopy. As you can see there, it came out in 2010, and it wasn't by Cutting Edge Toys, it was actually by ABL Innovation. And when I bought this, I got it quite a long time ago, and I bought it new off eBay, and at that time they were really cheap. They were only about £5. But since then, again, I've looked to see if I can get another one, and I never ever see them now. So Baby Goopy is much simpler than the full-sized Goopy Guinea Pig. So he's got a couple of settings. If you have him on this setting, he runs around. And if you put him on this setting and then press the button on his back, he stops running around and he'll just make noises when you press the button on his back. And he's got a switch in his nose so that if he comes up against a wall, he'll make a noise and then go into reverse. And he's got two wheels at the back, just one that's driven, and the other one has got a sort of cam on it to give him a bit of a wobble. And he's got a caster at the front, so that allows him to turn. So this little guinea pig is really quite simple, but when I had a bit of a competition with other similar critters, I did find that he came out on top. Oh, it goes better in that one. Wow, look at that. It looks really good. Look at him go.
So Goopy's really the best performer in that wheel, which was for the Zuzu.
Yeah, it's funny that, isn't it?
The wheels
But look at Goopy.
Yeah.
Now, I think the Goopy is actually better on this wheel than the hamster that came with it. Because it's not. It's more interesting because it has these pauses.
No, that's right. Yeah.
And also you've got the sound effects as well, where the other one doesn't make any sound.
Yes.
And this is the last model I'm going to look at in this collection video. It's the Sega Toys Dream Chick. So this was a Japanese product, and again it was released in 2007. 2007 was a really good year for animatronic robotic toys. And again, these are really rare and really hard to find. He's quite a simple but very realistic looking chick. He's got a touch sensor on his back, and he cheeps and occasionally will flap his little wings. When I got this little fella, I still had my little dog. Unfortunately, our little Toby died a couple of years ago, but we still had him when we got this little chick. And I've got to show you some footage of Toby's reaction to this little chick, because it was absolutely priceless. Look at Toby. Right, now,
Small.
isn't it realistic though? Look at Toby, Paul. It's not flapping its wings.
It's probably tired after flying across the Atlantic.
You don't flap your wings. Have you seen what Toby's doing? Oh, he's flapped his wings there. Oh, isn't it gorgeous? It's delightful. So sweet. I think it's... Oh, that's so cute. Oh, little precious little... Look at the dog.
You have to be gentle, Toby.
Yeah, you have to be gentle. It's only just hatched. So I said earlier that I'm going to do a trade so that I can get another Scoozy. And though I'm very fond of this little chick, and I wouldn't think of parting with my little chick otherwise, I want to another Scoozy so much that I've decided to trade my little chick to get another Scoozy with the food and the care manual. So the Scoozy that I'm going to be getting is a brown Scoozy, and he looks absolutely gorgeous, and hopefully he'll be coming to live in our house early in January. So folks, that about concludes this video of my most rare animatronic robotic pets. Hope you found that entertaining and interesting to some degree, and I hope to see you when I finally get my second Scoozy for my collection. But that's it for this video, folks. Thanks for watching as always, and hope to see you next time.